4 men are trapped in 4 perfectly smooth ice pits, each reaching 4 meters in height. The first one to escape successfully will receive an 80,000 yuan reward. Every contestant gets special supplies according to their own occupation. Player 1 is an angler. Inside his personal equipment, he has a professional tool designed for ice fishing hole drilling. If he drives it deep into the ice wall, it can serve as a support point for climbing. The second contestant works as a chef. His plan is to use a blowtorch to heat the bottom of an iron pot, then stick it to the ice wall for support, so he can climb up just like rock climbing. The third participant is a student. Inside his school bag, he only finds one roll of tape. This item does have slight adhesive power, but it is very weak, clearly not strong enough to hold up his entire body weight. As for the fourth contestant, he registered as an unemployed person, so he has no tools or items around him. He has to climb out relying only on his own strength. Faced with such a terrible starting situation, he comes up with a method to prop his hands and feet against opposite walls. No matter if the slippery ice has enough friction or not, the narrow space alone is enough to stop him right away. At this moment, the angler has already inserted his hole driller deep into the ice wall. He tests its bearing strength, and it can barely support his 160-pound body. All he needs to do next is step onto the tool handle. This move highly tests core strength and physical coordination. The angler tries many times, but ends up failing every time. Still, he thinks up a brand new solution. He uses the driller to dig holes along the corners, and takes these small holes as steps to climb out. This plan has much higher feasibility. Now, looking at the student, he also thinks of digging holes on the ice wall, but without proper tools. He has to use his own phone. Smashing ice with the phone hurts his heart, and the working efficiency is extremely low. He finally picks up his notebook and starts hitting the ice hard. This item works far more smoothly, yet the cost of damage is quite high. The chef also realizes a heated pot cannot stick to ice at all. He collects a large amount of kitchen wet wipes, strings them together into a long rope, and fixes both sides to the ice wall with hot water. If he makes enough of these, he can form a simple ladder to climb up. After practical testing, the wet wipes turn out to lack enough toughness. The host reminds him there is a bundle of rope inside his bag. A brand new idea immediately pops into the chef's mind. He weaves the rope tightly to make a soft climbing ladder, ties large amounts of wet wipes along the edges, and connects the top end to his backpack. Then he throws the whole set over his shoulder, tossing it outside the ice pit. The ladder naturally hangs firmly on the ice wall. All he needs to do is wait patiently for the wet wipes to freeze onto the ice surface and form solid support for climbing. The unemployed man, on the other hand, is stuck in helpless frustration. Up to this moment, he cannot think of any effective escape method. The only thing he has is a scarf he carries, which might bring him a slim chance if he soaks the scarf with water and throws it to the pit edge to freeze in place. He might get a tiny chance to break free. By now, the angler has dug many holes all over the ice wall. After switching to a tactical knife, his working speed improves greatly. He keeps climbing upward while chiseling new holes on the ice. After more than 20 minutes of hard work, the angler finally reaches the pit edge and becomes the first one to escape. The unemployed man's wet scarf has already frozen rock solid. He begins his first climbing attempt, yet the ultra-smooth ice surface provides almost no friction at all. Meanwhile, the chef's rope ladder is fully completed and ready for use. Even though its structure looks fragile, he still chooses to trust his judgment and starts to climb without hesitation. Surprisingly enough, the simple ladder turns out extremely sturdy. Standing and stepping on it is completely stable and secure. He reaches the ice pit edge effortlessly, and the chef escapes successfully. After sorting out his thoughts, the student comes up with a creative new plan. He uses his notebook to shovel snow into his backpack, seals the opening tightly with tape instead of rope, then throws the heavy backpack outside to act as a counterweight. One single backpack still does not have enough weight, so he takes off his pants, ties the pant legs into tight knots, and fills them full of heavy snow. Soon his thermal underwear also has to be sacrificed for the escape. The unemployed man also improves his escape strategy. He figures out the reason for his failure is the lack of stable support points. He takes off his coat and pants, ties them firmly to the frozen scarf to make simple foot pedals. With this setup, he barely reaches the top edge of the ice pit, but he is already exhausted and falls back down soon after. The student also runs into huge trouble. Even though his counterweight is heavy enough to hold his body steady, there are no reliable support points along the long climbing path, leaving him hanging awkwardly in mid-air. The tape keeps twisting and thinning, cutting painfully into his palms like thin wire. After taking off so many clothes, his body temperature keeps dropping fast. The student has no choice but to give up. However, the unemployed man refuses to give in. He takes off his last cotton pants and launches one final all-out sprint. Once hanging in mid-air, he ties the cotton pants on as foot covers. The challenge is still extremely difficult. He has to lift his right foot high to hook onto the pit edge. The host stands beside him, constantly cheering him on, clearly hoping to see him finish this tough challenge. It must be admitted, the unemployed man shows amazing perseverance. Now here is the question. If you were trapped in this ice pit, based on your own occupation, what special method would you use to escape from this freezing trap?